It is now necessary for you to make a magical journey to the constellation of Sagittarius in the house of Jupiter. There you may yourself experience both being subject and sovereign. Friends, let us return to the temple of Isis, this time by the inner way. The second priestess says, now let us be seated with closed eyes. Everybody sits down. They're about to go on a magical journey. I want you now to go deeper within your true self. The priestess says, we surround ourselves with a rainbow and feel a tingle in our eye of vision. Feel now a tingling in your third eye, if you can. You're starting to wake up spiritually. We face a hill surmounted by the temple of the Zodiac. Visualize a hill before you. That's right. Now begin to climb up this hill. The temple is so beautiful because it's entirely surrounded by stars, and yet it's quite bright. The stars, we notice, all in reality have different radiations and colours. How beautiful. Go on climbing the hill, but don't stumble. Keep your eye on the grass as well as you make your way up, and then look up at the stars. The temple, the Zodiac, has a mighty rainbow around it, like a peacock. Beautiful. You can't see it's white because it's so many colours in the starlight. The priestess speaks. We reach the southwest portico, flanked by two female sphinxes. We look at these huge sphinxes. They're seated upright with women's bodies and breasts. They're always gazing over the horizon at some distant object. They're beautiful. They're bronze and copper and gold and deep blue, every colour you can imagine as you look at them. But what is especially lovely is their mighty wings that reach right up behind them until they rise even beyond the actual roof of the temple. They reach the stars. We now enter, the priestess says, this temple. This is of heavenly beauty. There are 12 stained glass windows. In the centre is the altar of the perpetual flame of everlasting life. Around are the 4 Kerubs, the ox, the lion, the eagle, and the angel. And as we look at the ox, we see there all the cows and bulls in creation. And as we look at the lion, there are lionesses. The eagle has all the winged birds with it. And the angel is not one angel, but a multitude of angels. We warm our hands to the perpetual flame, and we feel a glowing tingle. Feel this. And we notice around the temple is a beautiful, sparkling stream. And behind it are the stained glass windows. And the priestess says, come to us, to the window of Sagittarius. So come to this window. The window depicts a goddess enthroned on a mighty rock of ages. She is crowned and bears in her right hand a sceptre surmounted by a golden eagle. In her left hand she holds a mighty crystal orb. Above her on the left is a crescent moon, shining down upon a winged white horse. On the right is a rayed sun, illuminating a peacock with raised tail of blue and green and gold. The colours are dazzling, and they fill our own auras. So we feel part of this window. We lift up our hands and see they are bluey green. The priestess says, a sudden wind blows open the window, and we see the 9 mighty stars and the 54 lesser stars of the constellation of Sagittarius, constellation of the goddess Diana, of her bow and arrows of aspiration. Now the third priest speaks. Protected by the starry bow of the centaur lies Arcadia. Clearly seen are the bright symbols of sacred rites. Whensoever, at the opening of the chamber of the purple-robed hours, the fragrant spring bringeth the nectar-bearing plants, then, oh then, are flung on the immortal earth the lovely tresses of violets, and roses are entwined in their hair. Then ring the voices of songs to the sound of flutes. Then ring the dances in honour of diademed wreathed Semele. Visualize this. To the apprentice, friend, enter Arcadia of the starry bow of the goddess Diana, leader of the dance of the muses, and receive joy and love and enchantment from the immortals. This is the realm where rest those who accept divine commands with faith and happiness. But linger too long here, and you will be the lotus-eaters, who sit by the Arcadian stream, unendingly smiling, bereft of strength, purpose, and wit. We shall follow you through the window. I want you now to pass through this window. How you've envied those with spiritual faith, the serene countenance of a nun, the absolute acceptance of a follower of Diana or any deity, obedience, and in that obedience, certainty, peace, joy, no questioning, no struggle, peace, no war, cared for, loved. Enter Arcadia. Just to let go the separated self, to obey the rule, to follow the guru, the teacher, to accept the divinity totally, like slipping back into a warm pool surrounded by still water lilies, for what can grow in tumult? Be happy, return to when you were happy as a child in your mother's arms. Here fleecy flocks are not killed. There is no killing, no sorrow, no grief, no pain, no battle. And the lamb does lie down with the lamb, because he has all he needs. You have all you need, no hunger here. No absence of love. Here is love all around you. No struggle to learn. All is here revealed, as in a pool reflecting the stars. The bow of Diana is most beautiful when it is at rest, without its arrow. Without this peace, the peace we imagined once in the Pacific Islands before it was destroyed, the peace of lay flowers around one's neck, without this we cannot live with joy whatever we attain, whether it be a crown or glory, success. Nothing matters without happiness. So accept and drink of the pool of happiness in your cupped hands. Happiness the goddess Dana gives, with the sound of birds. Your eyelids are closed over your eyes. You enjoy the sweet scent around you. Butterfly. The face of someone you love reflected in the pool, and you look up and see this one smiling at you. Here you are together forever. When you return here, it's always here. We are afraid to be happy. We are afraid of letting go. And yet only perfect health comes from such peace. We are afraid to forget injury and wrong, lest it happens to us again. We are afraid to let evildoers get away with it. But we leave all justice to divine Diana and her arrows. We leave it to deity. We do not need revenge or even to meet our punishment. We leave that to the deities. Vengeance is ours to clear the fate, so we leave it to them. All past injury is washed away in peaceful streams as we look at does, fawns, all gentle creatures, or creatures made gentle. For here, even the hawk releases its prey. But even as we lapse into complete peace and happiness, at a distance, we hear a voice saying, "Come back, come back, come back from Arcadia. You have not fulfilled your pilgrimage. Come back." Reluctantly, we drag ourselves back to the priestess who stands at the very beautiful sylvan gateway of Arcadia. We see the priesthood standing there. You've passed the first test. It is now necessary for you to face the starry arrow of the centaur of Diana. Second priestess. Beneath the starry arrow of the centaur is Mount Olympus of the starry arrow. This is the throne of destiny, which must be climbed if sovereignty is to be achieved. The second priest speaks. One is the race of men, one is the race of gods, and from one mother, Gaia, do we both derive our breath. Yet a power that is wholly sundered parteth us, in that one is naught, ourselves, while to the gods the brazen heaven endureth as an abode unshaken for evermore. Howbeit, we mortals have some likeness, either in might or mind or in our nature, to the immortals. Faith hath ordained that we should aspire to Olympus. To a apprentice. Attempt to reach the summit of Mount Olympus of the starry arrow. We shall follow. Here we look upwards, and we see before us a silvery mountain, seemingly impregnable. No step can mount that. No presumptuous mortal may dare struggle to climb Olympus of the starry arrow, piercing the heavens with light. How then may we reach? We must fly. Fly? We have no wings. Are you sure? Hidden within your body, between your shoulder blades, is a great center that allows you to fly. Visualize that you have great wings like the sphinx, which reaches to the stars, and essay to climb the spiritual heights of Mount Olympus, far beyond your own muddy, murky, pathetic, and little abilities. Try, fly. Take 7 great leaps, rise into the stars. Whatever is your highest ideal, this may be achieved, but you cannot force it on others. You can fly, you can't drag people up if they don't want to come. It's the great fault of the power of what people call Lucifer, the morning star that rises and sets. You can fly high. Fly. Think of all noblest and best, but do not attempt to rise higher than others or drag others with you. This is a lone ascent. Only when you get there will you meet the others, for they come from every direction. Think, therefore, you must be one-pointed with the arrow of Diana. Think of one particular ideal you have. Visualize it as you rise to Mount Olympus, for only there may it be actualized on earth. It must be created in spirit before it is formed on earth. Do this. Waste your time in anger at evil, dullness, stupidity. You'll only drag yourself down. Concentrate on what you know is good, pure, bright, noble. And it shall be accomplished. Forget yourself. Think of the ideal. Bring your whole self with you, including your body, all dedicated to the ideal. Visualize it happening in the inner planes, in the bright realms of Olympus. There the gods will animate your dream. Nothing else will they accomplish, only that which is best within yourself. Then you are part of the deities. There's tension here, struggle, power, determination. Put aside all personal desires. This is greatness. There's no greater joy than seeing a noble design accomplished in the hardest of all matter, earth. You can all build castles in the air, create one refuge for the homeless, a piece of land saved, a woodland. You feel yourself strengthened, for you have reached Olympus. You feel the power of the gods within you. You are daughter, son of the goddesses and the gods. Be that. They will strengthen you. Filled with this glory, you suddenly are called back. Second priestess, you have passed the second test. Friends, we may gaze upon divinity and feel akin. Second priest, hear the testimony of the poet Ovid. I'll sing the truth, but one will say I lied, and think no deities were ever seen by mortal. There is a God within us. It is when this deity stirs and our bosom warms. It is the divine impulse that sows the seeds of inspiration. I have a peculiar right to see the faces of the gods, whether because I am a bard or because I sing of sacred things. There is a grove where trees grow thick, a spot sequestered from every sound except the purl of water. Lo, I beheld the goddesses. Of these it was Juno I recognized, who stands within Jove's citadel. I shivered, and speechless though I was, my pallid hue betrayed my feeling. It was Juno Covella herself who removed the fears she had inspired. She spoke. O poet, thou hast won for thyself the right to look upon a celestial divinity by undertaking to celebrate this rite of Juno. Seek to gaze upon her as Queen of Heaven. Now I want you to join the company and gaze at the stars. Feel the shiver through you as you may see a vision of the goddess Hera, Juno. Priest Hierophant speaks. Friends, we give thanks to the goddess Juno for what she has bestowed upon us. Let us now return to the temple of the Zodiac. We return to the temple of the Zodiac, and from thence down the hill to the temple of Isis. But friend, we are beginning to rise into the stars, and you find, filled with the elation and joy of the goddess, that you return to your own time and place.